Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. And, about a week ago, probably a little more than a week ago, Ime Udoka, the former Boston Celtics head coach, who was fired for violating organization policies, for having relations with the higher exec's wife, got a job as the head coach of the Houston Rockets. Now, I'm all for giving people second chances. You know what I'm saying? The guy didn't commit some heinous crime or whatever. It was infidelity. He cheated on his wife. The information at the time, it was weird how the Celtics had handled it and let that information get out. His name's all over Front Street. The other person involved, because there's always two parties in this, was kept on hush. Her information wasn't really put out like him. Of course, that caused a lot of uproar when people would bring that up on these big networks, right? And it wasn't like he committed any type of harassment or anything like that, right? It was two consenting adults that just made poor decisions, right? But I find it very interesting that he gets a new job at the Houston Rockets. They're very young, very talented, and no big networks have really covered this. Why is that? It's almost like there's like some type of media gag order on Ime Udoka. Why? The man got fired, didn't have a job for a year, took accountability, and gets a new gig. Nobody says anything. I mean, how many times have we seen high profile coaches get fired, dismissed, whether especially like in college, and then they get brought onto a new program and it's all over the networks. You know what I'm saying? Like, former Louisville coach Rick Pitino, involved in all kinds of nonsense and everything like that, gets fired from Louisville. Gets a new coaching job. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody brings it up when it comes to Ime Udoka. It just shows that these networks are full of BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole situation is still very just like not what he did, but just how they released it. And everybody who tried to take some of a neutral stance was met with like fierce backlash. You know what I'm saying? Malika Andrews on ESPN running her yippity yap mouth about it, when the guys on the network weren't necessarily defending Ime Udoka, but they were just discussing a different angle of it. But not good for Ime Udoka. Like I said, everybody deserves a second chance. I listen. Of course, what he did was a fireable offense, and whatnot. But it's just, this is a big sports story. This is huge. I mean, you guys were so ready to cover. You guys covered the dismissal of him, so why not cover the hiring of him, right? People, Ime can't get hired, man. I was like, nah, then no way. Ime was gonna get hired at some point. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets was so desperate that they were gonna hire him. But they didn't. They went a different direction. But Ime was gonna get another job. Okay, like, let's be real. Like, coaches and high-profile players, they get in trouble. Listen, if your value's good enough, people will make concessions and bring you on board. You know what I'm saying? So I just find it very, very odd that these big networks aren't covering it or discussing it. But yeah, so let me know what y'all think about it, right? Why isn't these big networks covering Ime Udoka, right? And if they aren't covering them, I mean, what's the valid reason not to? They're gonna have to cover them at some point, right? Especially if the Rockets start winning games and in the playoffs and making some real noise, they got no choice but to do it, right? So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.